turn to tomorrow's elections. More than 2,000 people in Leeds may not be able to vote.
It's because of a batch of postal votes which were due to be sent out over a week ago have gone missing somewhere between the printers and the Royal Mail. Here's our political editor, Len Tingle.
So another election, another problem with postal ballots. Leeds Council's launched an investigation, but wants anyone who's missed out to get in touch. Now, this time around, 12 of our councils have elections, and we're expecting pretty much a continuation of what's been happening since the coalition government won in 2010. The Lib Dem vote collapsed, allowing Labour to take control of the big cities of Sheffield and Leeds. And Labour consolidated in its traditional heartlands. Bradford is Labour's last big target in Yorkshire. Last year, it finished up by far the biggest party, but a couple short of a majority, and so it's been running the city because of the help of 3 Green councillors. But George Galloway's Respect has now entered the election, standing in just 12 of the city's 30 wards. However, even taking just a couple of seats could knock Labour's hopes of finally getting that elusive majority. Now, the minor parties are also pushing hard, but fewer resources mean they're only contesting a third of seats this year. Now, 2 other interesting councils to watch, Cllr and Calderdale. Now, both have Labour and Liberal Democrat alliances in different forms, but it's unlikely Labour can take enough new seats to achieve majorities in either. But what's driving this election? Local issues or national politics? Now, that's something Danny Hewson's been investigating in one of those councils, Cllr.
Leaflets, posters, doorstep conversations, familiar tools of politicians when there's an election looming. But these are unfamiliar and undeniably difficult times for mainstream politics.
Cllr might seem a long way from Westminster, but how much does the national picture really affect what happens at a local level?
People are in a state of anxiety because they don't know what the future will hold, and they blame all the major parties. Nobody seems to have got an answer that can instantly bring us back to prosperity. So what they're saying is, OK, let's see what they're going to do locally.
I'm not finding disillusionment, I'm actually finding people much more interested in politics than ever before. Now is the time for real politics from real parties and proper politicians who understand the key issues affecting local communities.
Cllr is currently run by a minority Labour administration and they'd like to make gains. But when a group of politics students from Huddersfield University spent a lunch hour quizzing would-be voters, they were struck by the general dissatisfaction with the status quo.
They've sort of lost faith. They don't really know what each of them stands for because they feel that when they're in, they're all going to do the same job anyway. So
there is, I would say, a growing degree of disenfranchisement with the political class and perhaps an appetite for something new to come up.
So will voters look elsewhere, or can they separate local from national?
I think what people recognise is who works on the ground all year round, and they see Conservatives have been campaigning for local people, trying to give people a voice in the key issues of this borough, and that's something people will remember.
There's a lot of dissatisfaction with the 3 main parties. They've all had a chance at trying to make things work. We've got the recession, we've got policies which are hurting and not working. All these things are making people look around and think, how can we actually get out of this mess?
With candidates in almost all Cllr's wards, the Greens are hoping to cash in on any protests made at the polls. Danny Hewson, BBC Look North, Cllr.
Danny Hewson there in Cllr. Now, for more information on other parties and independents, go online. The polls open at 7 tomorrow. Barnsley, Bassetlaw, Bradford and Rotherham will count overnight, and Look North will be there every step of the way.